we go, exercise 3K. Let's go. It's going to be a quick and easy exercise. I'm just going to get you to copy just to make sure that everyone in this class knows how to do it. And then I'll get you to do just these questions. Can you please copy that down? 3, 4, 6. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 12, 15, and 17. Okay? Copy down those questions. These are due on the Tuesday. You got 3J, all 3K. These are the selected questions. And that's it. And we've covered everything you need for semester 1. And then we can start practicing for your exams on Monday, Tuesday. Yes, Daniel?
What is the
Monday.
All right.
Copy the questions. 3, 4, 6, 7A, 8, 12, 15, 17. Thursday, 21st of June. Next week. Thursday. Because we are going to pass, and we're going to pass with flying colours, and then we're going to compare the average with every other Year 7 classes, and mine's going to be the best. That's what I hope.
Don't pressure.
I am putting pressure. Go home and study. Tuesday I'll be looking at all of you. That's what I'll be doing. Alright, here we go. Let's practice the first part. Coordinates. Coordinates. When we're doing coordinates, we know that they are points on a Cartesian plane. Copy that down. Cartesian plane. Another way of expressing Cartesian plane is we call it the number plane. Okay? Same thing. So number plane and Cartesian planes are the same things. It's when you have your x-axis and a y-axis. And we generally use x and y's mainly because it's the last few letters of the alphabet, and it's traditionally what we've done, where x represents the horizontal, which means left to right horizontal axis, and y is your vertical axis. Okay? So when you're doing your maths mates, you might have seen that it's always on the second page, first question on the second page. They'll tell you to identify the coordinates. That's what this exercise is about. Yeah? So, let's take an example. When you say the coordinates bracket 3, 2, the 3 represents your x coordinates, and the 2 represents your y coordinates. We always say x first before y, because a lot of the times in your maths mate, you ask me this question, you say, does the 2 come first or does it come last? In the alphabet, x comes before y. Yeah, so we always write 3 before 2. So we always look on the x-axis first before we look at the y-axis values. Okay, so that's what this chapter is about, or this exercise is about, making sure that you can plot 3, 2. So if I were to put in 3, 2, I can see that 3, 2 has to be 3 across for the axis. So it's positive 3x, and then 2 for the y coordinate. So 2 on the y-axis is over here. So where they both meet is right at this point here. Okay, so this is the point for 3, 2. Okay, this is the point 3, 2. So we say 3 for the x-axis first, before the y-axis value, which is 2. So 3 to the right, up by 2. That's what we're saying. 3 to the right, up by 2. Does that make sense so far? Pretty easy? Yep. Good? Okay. Now, let's do a bit of practice. Okay, I'm going to ask some of you guys, and you're going to look at the axes here, and you're going to try to tell me which one is which. Now, it's a bit blurry on this one. Hopefully, you can sort of see it. But let's have a look at A. What are the coordinates for A? A is over here. What are the coordinates for A? Can I please have? Yes, Daniel. It is?
3.
Not?
Oh, no, 2.
2, 2. Okay, so on the x-axis, it's 2. And then up by 2. So this gives you 2, 2. So this one here is 2, 2. You don't have to write this one down. I'm just practicing with you right now. What about B? What is B? Can I please have Yessie?
5, 6.
Say it again.
4, 6.
4, 6. Yes. Sorry, it's just it's a bit harder to see with the on my screen. It looks better. 4, 6. What about C? Can I please have Elliot? 6, 1 is correct, so X comes first, so C is 6, 1. What about D? Can I please have Inez? D is over here.
Minus 2 minus.
Not 3, 2. Negative 2, 3. Fantastic. X-axis first, so negative 2, 3. Let's have a look at E. I'm just going to draw the line so you can see. This is where E is. What is E? E and I are normally the tricky ones. So E, what is E, Lizzie? 0, 5. Okay, so when you're on this axis here, that's exactly when X is 0. Okay, because X over here is 1, X is 2, X is 3. So when you're on the Y-axis, X is 0. So that's why this coordinate here is 0 for the X, but Y is 5. Okay, because you're going up the Y-axis by 5 units. Okay, that's normally the tricky part. Next one, D, E, where's F? F is over here. I'm just going to highlight it over here. So F, what is F? Can I please have, yes, Owen. 1, 1 is correct. 1 to the X, 1 to the right, and 1 up. What about FG? G is over here, which I'm going to draw the line so you can see. What is G? Can I please have Sadia? Good. Negative 4 and then 1. Okay, so to the left by 4 and up by 1. H, what about H? H is right there. What is H? Yes, Kai. It is not just 0, it is 0, 0. Fantastic. Both X and Y's are right at the origin. After H is I. Now I is another tricky one. What is I? Can I please have Kivi? Right here. I. 5, 0. Yes, a lot of students think it's 0, 5. It is 5, 0. It's the X-axis first before you look at the Y-axis. Okay, so on the X-axis you have to go to the right by 5, and then it's right there already, so you don't have to go up or down, and the Y values are right at 0. Okay, so that's why we say 5, 0. That's why E and I are the common mistakes that most students make. Okay, other than that, most other students get everything else. So we got I. What about J? J looks like this now. Can I have J? Let's go with James.
1, 3.
Say it again. 4 and 3, correct. So coordinates is 4, 3. J, K. What about K? I'm just going to draw the lines here. That's J, K. K, yes, Jocelyn? Good. Negative 6, 3. L, what is L? Can I please have, yes, Aeneas?
Negative 4, negative 2.
Good. Negative 4, negative 2. And then finally M. What about M? Can I please have, let's go with May.
What?
M. Coordinates for M. M is over here.
Oh, okay. It is minus 2 minus 5.
Good. Minus 2, minus 5. All right. Now, once you're able to do that, the next... Sorry? Minus 2, minus 5?
That's right.
Yeah? It's just a bit blurry. It's hard to see, but it's minus 5. Now, after you can label, so if you can read on the Cartesian plane, the next part is to then put the coordinates. So 2, 5, have to look at the x-axis 2. 5 is up here. So there we go. We can put now 2, 5. 4, 3. 4 across first, and then up by 3. So that's why I know this is my coordinates for 4, 3. And then finally 0, 2. Where would 0, 2 be? Would it be on the y-axis or would it be on the x-axis, Daniel?
Why?
Y-axis, because x is 0. Okay, x is 0, so it starts here, and then it goes up by 2. So that's why it goes up here, and that's on your y-axis there. Okay? Whereas if you wanted to go across, it would have been 2, 0. Okay, so that would have been the coordinates for 2, 0. Just be careful with the zeros. Okay? On that, now, remember I told you exercise 3J was about getting you to understand how to plot coordinates, because the first line you're going to learn, or the graph that you're going to learn first, is a straight line. Okay, in year 9 and 10, you're going to learn quadratics and then cubics. So this is what I mean. You had to learn input and output. Now, notice the way they're trying to introduce it to you. I said input into the machine. Output is what you get out. Notice they're putting X and Y's there now. They're trying to introduce it to you. So 8 and 9, you'll be using X and Y's more often. Okay, and 11 and 12, you'll be using f of x, and that's where it gets confusing. But you just need to understand input into the machine means I'm putting into this machine, x is the number of things I'm going to put in, that's input. Whatever the rule is, now they tell you the rule is whatever input is, you add 1 to it. That's the rule. So it says whatever the input is, whatever you put into the machine, add 1, and that will tell you the result, which is the output. Okay, so the result is what spits out. Now if you think about it, if I put a 0 into the machine, that's my input. 0 goes in. Now it says whatever you put in, add 1 to it. 0 plus 1 gives you an output of 1. That's why they said here output is 1. Now if I put a 1 in, what should I be getting? 2. So if I put a 1 in, 1 plus 1 gives me 2. So 1 plus 1 gives me 2. If I put a 2 in, 3. So 2 plus the 1 gives me 3. And then if I put a 3 in, 4. 3 plus the 1 equals 4. You see, that's the rule. That's the input. That's the result. Now what you can do now is you can plot that on a Cartesian plane. Okay, so now you can plot it and see what it looks like. And like I said, most of the things that you're learning now is going to be a straight line. So if you try this out, if when x is 0, because our input is the x values, whatever you put in, x is 0, y is 1. So if you put in the coordinates for 0, 1, where's the coordinates for 0, 1? Is it on the y-axis or is it on the x-axis? Y-axis, because x is 0, and then y is 1. So this is where 0, 1 is. Next one. Where is the coordinates for when x is 1, y is 2? Good. When x is 1, y is 2. And then if you follow the same pattern, it says here when x is 2, y is 3. So I plot in coordinates for 2, 3, and you can see 2, 3 is over here, and then 3, 4. 3, 4. So when you put 3 in, you get 4, and what you can see is it's a straight line if you connect it together. That's what I'm saying. In year 7, 8, 9, you're learning straight line equations first, and over time you're going to learn all different graphs. You learn curvy graphs, you learn sine graphs, and then square root graphs and whatnot. But it all starts off with having a machine, input, output. Later in 8 and 9, you'll be calling this x values, y values. Instead of calling it a machine, we call it a function or a rule. Okay? But what you're learning first is you generally learn the straight line equation first. Okay? How's that feel? That's 3K. Okay, so learning how to label, learning how to identify, and then plotting graphs using the rules. Okay, that's what you're doing for 3K. So, starting the questions, you got question 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 12, 15, and 17 there. And Kai, we're finishing off now, so come up here. This is for Aina. Right here, okay?
Anna, I asked them to do video.
Okay.
Yes, he asked it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, thank you, Kai. Okay, here we go. We're gonna